Welcome. I'm Betty Hurley Dasgupta, and I'm going to give you a brief introduction to Mahara so you can begin using the site. I got to this screen by going to moodle.esc.edu and used my username and password from Empire State College to log on. And this is the general Moodle page. We're going to go under Network Service to the ESC Mahara portfolio and click on that to enter into Mahara. And what we've entered into is what's called the dashboard for Mahara. You can think of this as your jumping off point into Mahara or your portal. So only you see this screen. The middle text you should read. That's an initial text that certainly is going to be changing over time, and there are groups working on figuring out what to put in this part of the page. But there are some things that aren't going to change. We'll probably have the Mahara user manual in there for quite a while, and you should take a look at that. It's different versions of there are in there, but right now this version is 1.4. Your dashboard will tell you latest pages that you've worked on and what pages you have, some recent activity. There may be some resources down here. There's settings, which we'll talk about later, and we'll also talk about this, which is the link to your profile page. But first, take a look at these three tabs here, because these are really central to Mahara. And they are content, portfolio, and groups. One of the real powerful aspects of Mahara, but it does take some time to get used to, is that the content you load into Mahara is separate from what you then decide to publish in Mahara. So you can load content in there and then use your content in different ways within what are called pages in Mahara. So if I click on content, we'll talk about the profile later, but you can see you can upload files, and it's really any type of file. You can create and add to journals. There is a resume builder, and there's a plans place where you can put in some goals and deadlines to meet those goals. In portfolio, the main part here are pages. And you can create a whole collection of pages. You can decide who can see those pages. So there's a lot of possibilities in terms of what can be done there. And we'll talk more about these other pieces later. Another valuable part of Mahara is the social networking. So you can connect with other users in Mahara, which you would then call your friends. You can find people in Mahara. You can find groups in Mahara. You can even create a group of your own. And the shared pages part is you can look at what other content other people have decided to share within Mahara. But let's go back to content. And here you have your profile information. So your first and last name are already in there. You can put in a different display name if you want. Otherwise, it will show your first and last name. And you can put a little information with yourself, which I've already done. So once you've put in that in, you can click on Save. And then notice up here, it has profile pictures. So you can have multiple choices for pictures that you can put in different publications. And the way you put it in is to go down here and browse your computer, find an appropriate image file, and click on it to go into this area, give it a title, and then upload it. Now you may get a message that the file is too large. So you will need to either find another image or go into software on your computer in order to change the size. So that's all that you would do in terms of your profile picture. And as you see, I've put one in already. Now let's go to our profile. And the profile page is important. As I mentioned, the dashboard only you see. The profile page, actually, any other user in the Mahara community can see your profile page. They won't see any of your pages unless you have set up permissions for that, but they will see your profile page. And so we're going to talk a little bit about how to add information from into your profile page. So these are things that are there when you go into your profile the first time. If you have made some friends, they'll show here. The profile page has a wall similar to what's on Facebook. And but you'll see that you can add things and actually take things out of your profile page. And the way you do that is to click on Edit This Page in the top right-hand corner. And you'll see you get a whole collection of choices here. The first thing we'll work on is Edit Layout. So if you click on Edit Layout, you'll see you get a whole bunch of choices from 1 column to 4 columns, or actually 5 columns. I tend to choose the 2-column area. I sometimes have used 3 columns. I usually gravitate between equal widths and a larger right column. So I'll go over to a larger right column. Note that you can change the layout at any time. So it's not that it's something that you select and then can never change. So let's save that and see how I now have a larger right-hand column. Another thing to check with and see what you like is the theme that affects the borders on your page, and you should try those. And each time you choose a theme, it actually automatically changes the color of the border, so you'll get to see immediately what it will look like. Now, under Edit Content, you see that there are a whole variety of choices, and each time you click on something like this is external content, you will get some variety of choices. So these are the choices for external content. Here it's very easy to add a YouTube video, for example. Under Files, Images, and Video, you can see you can add individual files or folders, individual images or a gallery of images, and some other things. Journals we won't be able to do until you have created a journal. Profile we can do. I've already added profile information from here, but so you can see how you can add more of that kind of information. Note groups and pages are already in there. And resume, it would be components from the resume builder. Let's go back to general though. And one of the most common things you can add to your page is a text box. So let's go ahead and do that. And the way you do it is to put your cursor over the icon and drag it down. And this is what will happen in each case, is that you'll get a text box or a dialog box. And so we'll type in there something else. And I'm just going to put something in very short and boring. Note that you have all the components that are in commonly in a word processor. And save. And there it is. Now, the other thing is that maybe you don't like this. So you can go ahead and click the X on the right here and remove it. Or if you want to edit it, you click on that box and you get back your dialog box and you can make changes and then save them. Or you may want to move things around. So let's say I want to move this over to the other side. Very easy. Once you feel comfortable with where you have your page or have done for now, click Done. And if we go back to our profile, you can see that it's in there and as I had left it. Now note from the profile page and from many pages, in this version of Mahara, it's not obvious where you can log out. So important thing to keep in mind is if you click on the Mahara at any point, it will take you back to your dashboard. So any place where you see the word Mahara on this left-hand side, you can click on that. Also, in most of the places, if you hover to the right, see that you actually get some choices here and you can log out from there. So either way, and I'm going to log out. And that's the end of this tutorial, and I hope you enjoy getting to know Mahara. Thank you.